Okay, today class is March 2nd, Tuesday, and for language arts this week we're focusing on prefixes and suffixes. That's what we were working on our spelling list, our spelling words this week, right? Some of the words have a prefix on your spelling list, and some of them have a suffix. Prefix means that it's going to have a part in front of the word. Okay? So a prefix is a word part at the beginning of a word. Okay? So sometimes a word might have the words P or the letters P-R-E in front of it. Okay? P-R-E is going to make the word mean before. Okay? So the meaning is before. Y'all see that? Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, an example would be preview. So if you're going to preview something, that means you're going to view it before everyone else. Or you may go preview the book fair before you buy anything. So that means you're going to just view it before buying something. Okay? Can y'all think of another example of the word preview, what it means? Allie?
Preview is like you're going to the library to see books.
Going to the library to see books. If you're going to the movies, they have previews, and those mean that means you're watching a little clip of a movie before you see the whole movie. Okay? So when you have this P-R-E, pre, that is giving the root word, view, the meaning of before. I'm going to view it before the movie. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Another example is re. Okay, re, the meaning
Redo.
is again. An example would be, can y'all think of an example? Bryson?
I had to redo my paper.
Okay, redo. So the prefix is re, the root word is do. So that means I had to do my paper again. Okay, so re gives that word the meaning again, do it again. Okay, if I have to restate the question, what does that mean? Restate. The prefix is re, and state means to say it. Okay, so you have to say the question again. Okay, re means again. Okay, the words I'm circling are called root words. Okay, the part that we put in front of it is called what? No, the part we put in front is called the prefix. Okay? Okay, the next one is un. We said redo, but if I had said undo, that actually means to change it to the opposite. Okay, so if you put that in front of a word, you're making that word the opposite meaning now. So if my word was kind, the root word is kind. If I put unkind, what does that mean?
You're not kind.
That you're not kind. So it turned that word into the opposite. Okay? So the root word was kind, and the prefix was unkind.
Unsafe.
Unsafe. Good, Kaylee. So the root word is safe. And then if you put un in front of it, that means it's not safe. Okay, two more. Miss. M-I-S. It's kind of the same thing as un. Miss is going to turn that word into the opposite. Mm-hmm. Can y'all think of one? Misbehaved. Okay. So if I misbehave, if I behave, that means I'm being good. If I misbehave, then that means I'm being bad. So putting miss in front of that word made it the opposite. Very good, Aaliyah. Okay, the last one is dis. And that's the same thing. It's going to make the word the opposite. Oops. Meaning is the opposite. The example. For dis, D-I-S. What about disagree? So if we agree, what does that mean? If I agree with you. Allie?
It accepts.
If we agree, then that means we both think the same, right?
Yes.
If we disagree,
Yes. And disagree means
we don't think the same, okay? Okay, can you think of another example using dis? Okay, so dislike. So if we like something, that means we enjoy it. If we dislike, what does that mean?
We don't like
We don't like it. Good. Okay, so those are prefixes. The part that comes before the root word. And the root word are the ones I have circled. Okay? Now let's look at suffixes. So if prefixes are at the beginning of a word, what do you think a suffix is? At the end of the word. So it helps to know the meaning. That way we can understand what the words mean. Okay, and those of you at home, y'all don't have this flip book, but you could still write full or dash full, and then out to the side write the meaning and the example. Your title for this one would be suffix. A suffix is a word part at the end of a root word, okay? So full is
beautiful, and those two things that you said, and you could do, for example, you could do you could circle with full at the end.
okay, the root word would be beauty, although we changed the Y to an I. And then when I put full at the end, that makes that word mean that person is full of what?
Energy.
Beautiful means full of energy?
No.
Full of beauty. Okay. Can y'all think of another example? I mean, I can think of some, but if you have one in the top of your head, we can use your example. What's yours, Bryson? That's 3 words. We want one word with the suffix full on the end of it, like beautiful. Allie?
I would do, for another one, I would do, for me, full of, like, milk full. Jug,
No.
It's like a full cup.
So, jug full is a word? No, that's not a word. Evangeline?
Thankful.
Thankful. That was the one I was thinking of. Grateful and thankful. So I'm taking the word thank and putting full at the end of it. So what does that mean? Thank is my root word. Thankful means you're full of thanks. Okay? Less. Less, the meaning is going to mean without. Without. So if I say you're being careless, the root word is care. The suffix is less. Sweetie, put your hand down. You need to be writing. We're not going to the restroom. We just went. The root word is care. So if I put less at the end of it, if I say you're being careless, that means you're without care. You don't care about what you're doing. So we could say you're careless. Okay? What about homeless? What would that mean?
Poor.
You're without a
House.
home. Okay? So by putting less at the end of a word, it usually means it's without. Useless. If I say this is useless, you're without use. You have no need for it. Okay? ER. ER is a suffix that can be put on the end of a word, like better or smarter, quicker,
Bigger.
larger, bigger. So what do you think ER means? So ER can have a meaning of a person. It can also mean you're comparing. We'll add that. Okay? So as a person, I mean like a teacher. It has ER, so that means a person who teaches. Okay? A gardener is another example. Whoops, left out an E. So gardener is a person who gardens. Garden is the root word. Then when you add ER to it, it means that is a person who gardens. Farmer. The root word is farm. So when we add the suffix ER, that means a person who farms. Okay, and when I say comparing, like we've learned it for adjectives, better, smarter, quicker, kinder, bigger, smaller. So those all have ER, and that's used as a comparison. Okay? Two more. LY at the end of a word. The meaning. Okay, so,
Lovely.
Lovely is a good one. So we're taking love and adding LY. Quickly. Okay, we'll just leave the meaning blank. So it's hard to put a meaning on that one because they all can mean different things. Okay, the last one is ING. ING is an action or a result. Okay, y'all had a bunch of ING words last week on your spelling list, so can y'all give me an example? Evangeline?
Loving.
Say that again?
Loving.
Loving. So that's the action of showing love, right? LOVE. Swimming.
Hitting.
So swimming is the result of swimming, okay?
Home.
One more.
Coming.
Aaliyah had her hand up. So Aaliyah?
Drumming.
Drumming was one of your words last week. So that's the action or result of hitting something, and we call that drumming. So the root word would be drum. The suffix would be ing. Okay? So knowing what these suffixes and prefixes mean can help us with our vocabulary. It can help us when we're reading know what words mean, because you might know what the root word means, like care, but then when you add less to it, it changes the meaning. Okay? So now what you're going to do, bless you, you're going to get on Seesaw, and the only thing we're focusing on today are prefixes. So prefixes go where? In the front or the back of the word? In the front. So you're going to put the prefix that you think goes with the word, and we're only using un or miss. So the first example was misuse. We don't want to say unused. That's not a word. Okay, so you need to think about how you would say it. Would I say mishealthy or unhealthy? Unhealthy. So we put unhealthy, and if we look at our notes, un meant what? If we look back. If we look back at our notes at un right here, un meant makes it the opposite. So if my word was healthy and I put un in front of it, then that means the opposite. So now instead of being healthy, we are
Unhealthy.
not healthy. Okay, so how could we use that in a sentence? Eating cupcakes and candy is unhealthy. Okay? So that's what you need to do today, is go in, read this word to yourself. Lucky is the next one. So read it out loud and ask yourself, should I put Miss Lucky or unlucky? Don't say it out loud, but that's what you need to do. See which one makes more sense, and you're going to use it in a sentence. Okay? Any questions before we start? Okay.